Good morning, ghouls and ghosties, and I'd love to say happy November 1st to you, but I don't feel that way. It is November 1st today. Yesterday was Halloween when I'm filming this. It was a fantastic Halloween. If you didn't hang out with me on Halloween, I did have a vlog-a-ween go up last Friday. In the end, it was actually Halloween, which I've never had Halloween be part of vlog-a-ween before, so that was really fun to kind of have you guys hang out a little with me on Halloween. But it was great. It was fantastic. It was amazing as always. Like, Halloween never disappoints. We had a lot of trick-or-treaters. It was just a blast. Unfortunately, the season has come to an end, and it is heartbreaking and it makes me very sad, so I'm not going to talk about that for too long. So let's move on, shall we? That is what we are doing today. So today I am actually out on the hunt to look for some clearance items in the Halloween sections of stores, specifically Homegoods and possibly some Targets. I actually have done a little bit of clearance shopping on vlog-a-ween, or at least hunting. I went to a couple Home Depots and I've been to Lowe's, and I didn't have any luck at either of those places, so that's fine. Though I did online do some Pottery Barn clearance shopping, so that leads me into my next thing. At the end of our shopping today, we are going to be doing a little clearance finds haul. So I am gonna do, this is kind of like a final hunt and Haul-loween like clearance edition. So today I'm gonna go to Homegoods. That's what I'm doing this morning. I'm also gonna go to the Grand Central Station Homegoods. Now I'm not obviously like expecting them to have a ton left, and I have for the most part got everything like that I wanted all year. I'm going in with zero expectations, but obviously like there's some items that I do use for my like creepy Christmas type display, and there are some items that were just a little too high priced that I definitely would pay half the price for. Like, for example, last year I was able to score some of those like haunted house gingerbread houses during the half off, and then I use those for my Christmas display, so that is like the perfect time to pick up stuff like that. So that is the plan for today. This is gonna be definitely a shorter like hunt than we are used to when we are in like peak season. I'm sure the hunting section of this is only gonna be like 20-25 minutes because these stores are not gonna have the biggest displays left. But like I said, then we'll go home and we will do a haul, because I scored some freaking steals from Pottery Barn. I got some really great stuff at really good prices, so I'm excited to show you guys that stuff. I'm gonna head to Homegoods now, and I will catch you guys when I get there. I'm pretty sure I was the first person to show up at Homegoods this morning because the store seemed pretty empty with a lot of employees, but at the entrance they did have some spooky stuff set up. It was quite a variety of things. Nothing was really catching my attention, but then I walked into the doors, the actual store, and there was all kinds of stuff. They had really consolidated it all together, so I knew that I wasn't just going to see something basically right off the bat. I needed to do some digging, some foraging, if you will. So that's what I decided to do. But here's kind of an overview of what they had. A couple things were already kind of grabbing my attention. Like I said last year, this is when I got some of my kind of creepy Christmas stuff, like this gingerbread house right here. Otherwise, there was honestly a really surprising amount of things. I feel like usually when I come to these, there's basically one cart. The first thing to really grab my attention was this really cute soap dispenser. Again, perfect for creepy Christmas. I can't believe that this moon witch was on clearance. I know a lot of people actually hunt for her during the real spooky season shopping time. Seems like they always have a lot of the candles and the soap, mainly I think because their candles at Homegoods are questionable smelling. There were a lot of these doormats too, and I even thought I saw some Joanna Parker ones, so I did some digging, and sure enough, look at these cuties. I hadn't even seen these during the actual shopping season, so I was shocked. They also had the Dapper Pumpkinhead Man. He is also a piece that I picked up one year for clearance. And a lot of indoor rugs. I hadn't even seen this skull one throughout the year, I don't think, and if I had, maybe only once. It was really cute, but they're not the highest quality. They had some plates as well, so I kind of started to look through the stack because I could tell there were different prints. And here's a look at which ones they had. A few of the Eli and Anna, and then a few of the more kind of intricate ones. Closer to the kitchen section, they had a lot of mugs set up with some baking supplies. They also had some of the kind of spooky grocery things, so like candy and noodles and single-use napkins. They had some of the lotion that I picked up earlier in the season too. They even had a section of a lot of different bathroom things, so bathroom towels, bathroom mats, and they even had some table runners and tablecloths in this section, I believe. But again, I was just surprised with how much they actually had. Here's more of the kitchen stuff. So again, table runners, tablecloths, and even Joanna Parker. I actually already own this, or else I would totally pick it up again. And I think my friend that also likes spooky season also owns it, so I don't really have anything to do with it, but I was surprised. Unfortunately, I didn't see any of the Caro towels, which are my absolute favorite. They even had a couple blankets, none of the ones that I liked, but again, kind of surprising. Lots of dog toys left too, which is perfect because, of course, I love to get my dogs spooky things, and I love the Peanuts Halloween ones. They're so cute. They also had some spooky dog leashes that I hadn't seen throughout the year, and they had a Freddy dog toy on clearance. I thought I might as well go over to Target and see what they had too. In the front kind of dollar section, they did have quite a few things left at half off. I wasn't really impressed by almost anything in this section this year, so even at half off, there was nothing I wanted. The same kind of goes for the threshold, so again, there was quite a bit left, and again, it was half off, but again, I didn't really like the stuff that much this year, so I gave it another look over, but yeah, nothing caught my attention, still not something I want at half off. This wreath kind of looked cool, but honestly looking at it closer, it's really, really cheapy, and all these little twigs are very thin plastic. I wasn't impressed. I also looked at the houses because I definitely didn't want them for full price, but I was like, oh, maybe at half price. But I noticed that all of the screens behind the windows are horribly put in and super loose. So I went to the back, and shocker, a bunch of the pastel stuff was left, and they also had kind of some party supplies left. The only real decor piece they had was this giant spider, which they had a ton of, and then they had a few of the blow molds, but they weren't the ones that I was really interested in. I was honestly really surprised with how low Target was on stuff. Like, Homegoods surprised me with how much they had left, and Target surprised me with how little they had left. Yeah, I was kind of shocked. This witch was just a little too cutesy for me, so I still didn't want her even at half off. The only thing I kind of considered was this spider light up blow mold, but in the end I skipped it. So later in the day, I went to a different Homegoods, of course, to check out the spooky clearance, and there were quite a few pillows at this Homegoods on clearance. There had been a couple I kept in mind I would have maybe picked up, but they didn't have them here. They also had a pretty decent sized section of spooky stuff. Theirs was a little less organized, and I could tell had a little lower quality pieces. This is kind of more of what I would have expected from clearance, unlike the first Homegoods. Though they did have some of the busts, which surprised me. I think there's just an oversaturation of those now. I feel like every store makes them and they kind of make the same ones. They did still have the fireplace screen, which I really wanted, but even at a clearance price, I still don't have a place to put it, which is what my problem is with it. They also had some of the mirrors on clearance. This also surprised me. People were hunting pretty hard for these. I cannot believe any of them made it to clearance. Otherwise, on the wall, they had some kitchen stuff and again, some candles and stuff. The only thing I really liked was this teapot that looked like a pumpkin. Later, I went to another HomeGoods, and this HomeGoods really just had dog toys and a lot of them outside. They had kind of put all of their Halloween stuff outside, and they were really, really sparse on stuff. Like, here's a look at it, and this is about it. I was a day later at this one, but wow. Okay, ghouls and ghosties, we are home now from our little clearance shopping trip. We ended up going to the 2 HomeGoods, as you guys saw, and we also went to Target, though I will say I do have some Pottery Barn pieces here to show you guys as well that I picked up online. I would have loved to make it to more HomeGoods, but honestly, after going to the first 2, especially that second one, I don't think there was a ton that I would want to pick up there, and I didn't really want to race all over the cities shopping at HomeGoods when there's really just like not that much. But I did grab a couple things at HomeGoods. Now my Target, as you saw, was really drained as well. So I've seen other people online have a little more luck at their Targets, but mine had like almost nothing left. Basically just costume stuff and a lot of giant spiders for some reason. I was honestly really hoping at Target to get some of the treat bag fillers, but alas, there was like basically none of those. So I didn't. So I actually don't have anything from Target here. I went home empty-handed from Target besides some groceries that I needed. But again, I do have some HomeGoods, and I'm gonna show you the Pottery Barn stuff, which is honestly my favorite. I scored with Pottery Barn this year. I got some steals, and I'm super excited about the Pottery Barn stuff. So we're gonna start off with HomeGoods because it's not as thrilling as Pottery Barn. So from HomeGoods, I picked up a couple like food items. So they had like stuff you could give out to trick-or-treaters. Like it was like dark chocolate covered almonds. You got like 30 packs for $8. And I got those so Ryan could put them in his lunch for his lunches when he is at school teaching. And then I got some like noodles shaped like pumpkins because like they were $2. And I actually got some suckers, some Jelly Belly suckers that don't expire until 2026, and I'm gonna save those for next year's trick-or-treaters. I got quite a lot of those. Those were like $2 a pack too, and you got like 38 of them in a bag. So I picked up some of that stuff. That was kind of nice to just grab here and there and just like, why not? But I also got these dish towels. So these are some of the Cynthia Rowley dish towels. I really like this pattern, and since they were so cheap at $5, these can just be some like knockaround towels. You also just get some plain black ones with it, which of course match our kitchen. And these are that nice material that does absorb. So I don't have to be so protective of these ones because they were quite cheap. Because usually with all of my Halloween spooky linens, I'm very protective and I don't want them to actually be used. I also got 3 things for my dad for Christmas / his birthday. So my dad has always been really into Halloween as well, and that might be part of where I get it from. So I picked up some stuff that I know he'd like that I'm gonna save for Christmas or his birthday because his birthday is in January. So I picked up this crow candle holder. He does like to burn candles, so I think this will be perfect for that. It just has crows. Him and I have always both really loved crows and ravens, and so I think he'll like this a lot. It was like $3. Also, I know I'm safe showing this stuff because he doesn't really watch stuff on YouTube that I post, which I'm so okay with. I don't think any of my family really does. Actually, I know none of them do, and that's fine by me. Next up, I got him this decanter and skull shot glass set. I think these are actually even sold on like Williams-Sonoma or something around Halloween, or Crate and Barrel, like their website. These are really nice. I see them every year there. I ripped off the price, it looks like, but I think this was like $8, which I thought was a really good deal. Like I think it was originally $16.99 and they'd marked it down to $8. So they had a different version that was more like a wine decanter where I think the head was just a stopper shaped like a skull. But I think he'd like this one more. It's not like he's a big whiskey drinker or anything like that, but I think he'll like that, and it could even just be used as decor. And last, for my dad, this is really cute, but I have a billion mugs, so this will be perfect for him. I picked up one of the Ray Dunn collaborations. One side says Boo, and then it's the Peanuts collaboration, so it has Snoopy on the other side dressed as Dracula. It is really nice. My family's always loved the Peanuts, so he's gonna love this. This is $4.50. He honestly drinks out of tumblers more often than mugs, but again, just as more of like decor or just something like a collection collectible. Like, even if he doesn't use it a ton, I think he'll really like it. So a couple more HomeGoods things, and then we'll move on to the Pottery Barn. Next up from HomeGoods, I did pick up something for my dogs. And again, keeping on the Peanuts bandwagon. This was $5, and you get 3 of them. Woodstock, Snoopy, and Charlie Brown, and they're in little Halloween costumes. I kind of like that Snoopy has no neck. It's kind of funny. But $5 for 3 toys is a great deal. They squeak. They're super cute, and they're smaller, which is perfect for my pug and French bulldog. They had small mouths, so these are wonderful. This I'm really excited about. So this is going to be for some of my Creepmas or spooky Christmas, goth Christmas setup. This is a spooky gingerbread house soap dispenser. Ryan and I have agreed I get the basement downstairs to decorate like as gothic-y Christmas as I want, because I mean, like, not that many people really go down there, not even us really. I love to just like go all out with the like dark gothic Christmas stuff. You guys will have to let me know below if you want me to decorate slash haul slash do both with my goth Christmas stuff for you guys this year, probably in early December or something, because I'm totally open to doing that. I did do it last year, but I would love to do it again. And I mean, I am gonna do it again. I guess it's up to you guys if you want to see it or if I do it off camera. But this was $5, and we do have a bathroom downstairs, so this will be absolutely perfect. It's like that perfect level of spookiness with Christmassiness. I feel like the only spookiness about it is like the colors and the pumpkins. So I think it works perfect. I honestly, like, this is almost spooky-less enough that you could almost just put this in like a regular Christmas display, because there's not that much that like screams Halloween. Next up, I found this canister. Super adorable. It is from the Eli and Anna collection, and this was only $5. I didn't even see this there when it was full price. And I do have quite a few of these Eli and Anna canisters of different prints, but I love this one. Honestly, like, you could use the star side like all year and switch it to the ghost for spooky season. I mean, obviously I'm okay with the ghost all year, but if you weren't. So this is really cute. It's actually well painted, unlike some of the Eli and Anna stuff. Really cute. And that is it for my HomeGoods stuff. So let's get into the Pottery Barn stuff, because I'm really excited. So maybe we'll do like kind of cheapest to most expensive. I have the prices pulled up so that I can tell you guys how much things cost, because again, these were steals of deals, like under half off, I believe. First up, this was not on my radar during the season, but because it was such a good deal, I had to have it. So this is the medium ceramic haunted house. It is so cute and such nice ceramic. So it looks like it's all boarded up on the windows and doors. It kind of reminds me of that scene where Snoopy is like the flying ace and his doghouse like crashes, and then he's like going through all these like houses in the night. This reminds me a lot of that. And you put a candle under it, and of course, like, all these windows are open, so the candlelight like comes through and stuff. This is so nice, so well made, and this was $15. $15, and it is Pottery Barn. That is an insane freaking deal. Like, this would be probably $20 at HomeGoods, at least. $15, and it's from Pottery Barn. Absolutely crazy. So very similar, I got the large ceramic haunted house. This one was my favorite for sure. It almost has more of like a church kind of shape to it with this like widow's peak. It has, again, a bunch of windows to it that you can put a candle in and see the light through. It's honestly about as tall, but it's just wider. It's kind of weird, because do you see that like I do? They're slightly different in color. I don't really know why that is. They don't look like it in the picture, but to me, this one's a little more blue-gray, and this one's like a black-gray. Kind of strange, but that's okay. I don't need to put them next to each other, because it is kind of like distracting to me. But there was a small haunted house too. I just didn't like that one as much. That one might have been like $13.99. This one was only $17.99. Again, I really think at HomeGoods or something, this would be at least $25-ish, maybe even more. Such high quality, so nice, so well made. I was like giddy when I found all of these Pottery Barn deals, and I made a big order. So next up, this is something I'd seen in store and I had kind of eyed online as one of the pieces I was a little more interested in, like earlier in the season when things were full price. I got the Scary Squad Squad stoneware serving bowl. So they have a lot of these like ghost graphic pieces. They have mugs, they have tablecloths, napkins and stuff like that. But my favorite was this candy bowl. It even says Scary Squad on the bottom. For some reason, this did come with a couple like scuffs to a few of these ghosts, like kind of where their noses would be. Obviously this was maybe like rubbed or slid this way once, but I got a really good deal. I think it was final sale, so I'm okay with it. I haven't even tried cleaning it up. It might clean up well, but I thought this was so cute. Again, really high quality, really nice. This was only $23.99, which again, I thought was a steal. I think full price, this was like $80. It was a lot of money full price. So $23.99, to me, that's really in the ballpark with probably Homegoods. I'd maybe see this around $25 also. So this was a little more at what I would expect a Homegoods price. It's not the best made. This one's eyes should be like here between my fingers, but this is the top of his head and his eyes are right there. Maybe that's why this one ended up on clearance. I mean, I think he's supposed to be looking at the bat because this one, they did it a little bit better. I don't know. I'm glad I didn't pay full price for this, though. I think this is so adorable. You guys know how much of a sucker I am for ghosts, so I love this. I also think I wish they kind of would have like done some shadowing or something to outline the ghosts. I could honestly probably do that myself, but I don't trust myself. Next up, and yes, there are still 3 more items. Next up, I got a pillow. So I think even the pumpkin jack-o'-lantern pillow was on clearance this year. It's crazy how much stuff made it to clearance at Pottery Barn this year. But I got the spider pillow, and this is the spider-shaped pillow in black, even though I think it only comes in black. Homegoods has done kind of knockoffs of this guy before, and I do have one of them. So next year I'll just have to like sell that or something because this one is so soft, and I like that he's a little bit smaller. The Homegoods one is like huge, and that's what I don't like with some of the Homegoods one, like pillows and stuff, is they're just like giant. And like I'd rather have a couple pillows that are different shapes than just have this huge one that looks weird if I set another one with it. I will say, this might be a thing to take note of if you're gonna shop the Pottery Barn clearance ever. This also, I think, has a flaw. So for some reason, there's this tab that sticks out of his neck. I don't know if this one was like a sample or a test one, but it's really strange, and I think it just needs to kind of be like re-sewn down. I mean, it sits fine, but that is something I noticed, and I don't know why that is. I got him for $26.99, which I think is a pretty fair deal. If you know Pottery Barn, you know their pillows are so expensive, and he's really, really adorable. Oh, it's Sammy the spider. Cute. I did leave the tag on. Does it have the original price? No. Can I see the original price? Yeah, he was originally $80. So to get him for $27 is a really good deal. And he's also no longer available. I don't think that anything is available anymore. I think I got all this stuff at like the lowest price they do, because I see that it says he clearanced out for $33.99, and like I just said, I got him for $27.99, so that's great. 2 more things left, and it is my favorite 2 things. One of them being one that I really wanted to get all season but held off on, and one being something I've eyed for a couple years. So it's another pillow for this next thing, and I'm so excited because I finally own Gus the Ghost, and yes, I did get the Gus that has the pumpkin. Are you kidding me? I know there's a bunch of DIYs how you can kind of do this yourself with like cheaper material, but I scored this for $32.99, and honestly, that is a great freaking deal. He's so soft. The dogs have already fallen in love with him, so if you see any dog hair on his eyes, it's because the dogs keep cuddling with him. But I'm so happy to have him. You can even, if you lift him up, you can see his arms. His arms right here holding the pumpkin. The pumpkin is that same like Sherpa material that the large pumpkin jack-o'-lantern pillow is made of. Super, super well made. He quickly has become a favorite. And honestly, if I had seen this in person before, I feel like I would have probably purchased him full price because I love him that much now that I own him. Also, he is absolutely a like Thanksgiving fall decoration for me. So he's been sitting out on the couch, even though I unfortunately put away my Halloween decorations. He has been staying out on the couch as a fall decoration because he's just a little ghosty with his little Thanksgiving pumpkin. So cute. So yeah, $32.99. I think that is such a good deal. And last up, Drum roll, please. It is the biggest piece. It is the most expensive piece. And like I said, it's something that I was considering getting full price. I literally had it in my cart on Pottery Barn's website, I think all season. And it is the Haunted House Ice Bucket. And it is huge. Look. Here's my head next to it for size comparison. This thing is giant. I mean, I'm sure there's dimensions on the listing, but I didn't know it was this big when I purchased it. Honestly, I think I'm gonna film some B-roll that you're seeing right now once I'm done explaining it to you so you can just see some better angles and stuff. The railing is so well made and detailed. The posts holding up the front of the house is so well made. All the paint job is really well done. And it is just huge, like I said. This thing is so cool. I don't think I would have wanted to pay the full price for it because it was expensive. But I am so happy to have gotten it for $94.99. So the full price on this was $200. I think exactly $200. Yeah, the full price on this was $199. Okay, so some stuff is available still. This is still available for $118.99. Again, I did get this for $94.99. So I do think I got this when they all hit their cheapest. So I guess I'm gonna have to keep in mind that I think it was like the week of Halloween. That is when Pottery Barn does their absolute cheapest clearance. It's weird that it's more expensive after Halloween now. This thing is crazy. Now, I really didn't want to pay the $200 full price for it because this thing was like $200. There was like shipping and handling of I think $40, and then there was tax, obviously, of like $27. This thing ended up being really expensive if you were gonna get it otherwise. But actually, some of the shipping must be based on the price for some reason, which makes no sense. But when I rebought this, like when I bought all this together, the shipping was $25. So I don't really understand how the shipping on the house alone would have been $40, but then on everything it was $25. That makes no sense to me, but I'll take it. I'm so excited to have gotten this. Let me show you an angle of there's the opening. It's supposed to be a drink holder, really. And yeah, on their display, I just could not tell how big this was. And it is huge. It's the Haunted House Party Bucket. So this is gonna go right into my crawl space, unfortunately, for storage. But otherwise, this would make a really good treat, like candy container. It would make a really good ice bucket as it is on the website. This is so freaking nice. And I'm super excited because like I said, there were two things I wanted when I first looked at the release on Pottery Barn. It was the ghost mirror and this. And so now I did end up in the end of the season with both and I'm super excited. But super underrated. Next year, if they bring him back, get Gus with his pumpkin. He's so cute. But otherwise, that is it for our spooky shopping season of 2024. It's pretty cool to get some extra spooky shopping in. I've never done clearance shopping really, especially with I haven't with you guys. I've went to Homegoods in the past on November 1st, but usually I don't really find much, but I've never really shared the experience with you guys. So let me know if you picked up any spooky clearance deals this past Halloween season, and I will be back sometime soon for, I'm sure, some kind of holiday decorating Creepmas type video. Otherwise, that's all that I have for you today. I will see you when I see you, ghouls and ghosties. Goodbye.